DAA, and Professor Insinyur Haji Praktikso, MSc, PhD. The Honorable Head and Secretary of Magister Programs of Civil Engineering Unisula, Profesor Dr. Insinyur Slamet Imam Wahyudi, DEA, and Insinyur Muhammad Faikun Ni'am, MT, PhD.
The Honorable Head and Secretary of Department of Civil Engineering Unisula, Muhammad Rusli Ahyar, ST Master Engineering, and Eko Mulyawan Satrio, ST MT. The Honorable Head and Secretary of Department of Urban and Regional Planning, Dr. Mila Karmila, STMT, and Bobby Rahman, STMT. The Honorable Head and Office of
Recording in
International
progress.
Affairs, Unisula, the Honorable, the invited speaker and moderators of RMI Week 2023, the Honorable lecturers and students in Engineering Faculty, Unisula. On behalf of the committee, we would like to extend a warm welcome and express our gratitude for our participant in the RMI Week 2023. International Short Course, City Resilience, Disaster Mitigation, and Infrastructure. Before we start our agenda, let us introduce ourselves as Master Ceremony in RMI Week 2023. My name is Upi Siti Rupiah and my partner.
My name is Muhammad Hilmi Wafa.
Here we come to the opening ceremony. First, I will read the rundown of RMI Week 2023 first day. To begin with, the first agenda is opening ceremony. The second is National Anthem of Indonesia, followed by Hymn of Unisula. And the third is remark by Vice Dean of Engineering Faculty. And the fourth is Lecture 1, Timbus Loco, Case Study Community Resilient by Dr. Mila Karmila, STMT from Unisula.
The fifth agenda is we have cultural exhibition, and followed the sixth agenda is lunch break. The seventh agenda is second lecture, Soil Improvement by Andreas Ardian Wijaya, STMT from PT Geo Indo, Indonesia. The last agenda is eighth, Lecture 3, Recent Technology on Water Management in Netherlands by Professor Floris Bukart from Delft University, the Netherlands. To start our course today, we will sing our national anthem Indonesia Raya, followed by Hymn Unisula. To all of participants, please stand up.
Indonesia
Thank you very much. All of the participants may sit down. Next, we will have an opening speech by our Vice Dean of Engineering Faculty Unisula, Dr. Abdurrahim STMT. For Dr. Abdurrahim STMT, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asrafil anbiya wal mursalin Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi washabihi jama'in. Amma ba'du. Honorable the Dean and the Vice Dean, Faculty of Engineering Unisula, Honorable the Head and Secretary of Doctoral Program of Civil Engineering Unisula, Honorable the Head and Secretary of Magister Program of Civil Engineering Unisula, Honorable the Head and the Secretary of Department of Civil Engineering Unisula, Honorable the Head and Secretary of Department of Urban and Regional Planning Unisula, Honorable the Head of Office of International Affairs Unisula, Honorable lecturers and students in Engineering Faculty Unisula, Honorable all the speakers, invited speakers, and moderators of RMI Week 2023. Respectable all the guests and the participants of RMI Week 2023, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Abdurrahim. I'm the Vice Dean in Academic Affairs in Faculty of Engineering Unisula. At this very moment, I'm on behalf of our Dean would like to welcome you all the participants from Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, Bangladesh, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyz, and the Netherlands. Welcome to Semarang, welcome to Faculty of Engineering, Universitas Islam Sultan Agung. Dear all the participants, in the next 4 days, we are going to have an international short course entitled City Resilience, Disaster Mitigation and Infrastructure, RMI Week 2023. Hopefully, may this international short course run successfully and enjoyable to all of the participants. Finally, we would like to thank to all the committee members, Office of International Affairs, and Engineering Faculty team for organizing the agenda. We apologize for any inconvenience for you might experience. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for your participation. We do look forward to seeing you all in another occasion, inshallah. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for Dr. Abdul Abdurrahim, STMT, for the opening speech and the introduce of video from all participants. Next, our schedule is the first lecture about Timbus Loco, Case Study Community Resilient by Dr. Mila Carmila, STMT, and guide by the moderator. For Dr. Mila Carmila, STMT, and moderator, time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning all. Honorable Dean of Faculty of Engineering Unisula, Dr. Rahmat Mujiono, Vice Dean of Faculty of Engineering, Dr. Abdur Rahim, Head of Postgraduate Program, Faculty of Engineering Unisula, Head of all departments in the Faculty of Engineering Unisula, Head of Office of International Affairs Unisula and the team, and our beloved speakers, Dr. Mila Carmila from Urban and Region Planning, Faculty of Engineering, Universitas Islam Sultan Agung, distinguished participants, students, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Muna Madrah. It gives me a great pleasure to be the moderator for the first series of international short course, City Resilience, Disaster Mitigation, and Infrastructure, RMI, Week 2023. In today's session, we will get a closer look into how the community develops strategy and resilience with the case study of community in Timbus Loco. Timbus Loco is one of area that are always submerged by the sea tides, the sinking village. Students, ladies and gentlemen, first I'd like to read brief introduction of our speakers, Dr. Mila Carmila. She is an associate professor in the Department of Urban and Region Planning, Faculty of Civil Engineering, Universitas Islam Sultan Agung, graduated from doctoral program of Architecture and Planning Department, Universitas Gadjah Mada, Yogyakarta. She also the head of Women and Family Studies in Unisula, actively member of Central Java Urban Expert Coalition, Central Java Indonesian Women Coalition. Her research interest is coastal area studies, including women's studies and community in the coastal area, about mitigation, strategy, and adaptation of disaster. So before the presentation begin, let me tell you how this class will run. Firstly, the lecturer will present the material for about 30 minutes, and then following that, we will have a question and answer session for about 20 minutes. And finally, the session will be ended by conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, now allow me to welcome Dr. Mila Carmila to present the material for about 30 minutes. Dr. Mila, time is yours.
Thank you, Ibu Muna Madra, for introduce myself. Maybe the audience will know me. As Bu Muna said, I am urban and regional planning. Urban and regional planning, and my research in 2020 is Timbus Loco until now, until 2023. The research is about gender and perspective ecofeminist, resilience adaptation, and there is a community service in Timbus Loco too. So maybe I will show the my present about Timbus Loco and why the community is resilient, because there have disaster. This is mine or in okay. Okay, maybe the participants show the community resilience, local knowledge from Timbul Sloko, because we know that maybe there is different kind of adaptation. Different kind of adaptation is depend on the location. So this is Timbul Sloko. We know that Timbul Sloko now that Bu Muna said that's already submerged. But before 2017, they're still in land. So the time for the submerge is now is 5 years. You can see in my present there is a few of house and most that in the water, and in the side or right left you see there is one mother. They wait for the communal boat to back to the kampung of Timbul Sloko after they look after the child because they have disease diarrhea. This is Timbul Sloko. Maybe I will show you the video of Timbul Sloko. Ada nggak ya? Lah, kok sampai sini? Kok sudah selesai? Video?
Kok ya apa Bu? Biyen tuh.
Biyen.
Wah, segala apa enten Bu.
Niki napa Bu kiwatan mriki niki ya?
Anu
Pekaran.
Pak, yo krabil,
Oh,
pogum, pisang, nggih buah-buahan Pak, segala apa enten.
2008 kalau tidak salah itu. Itu sudah mulai ada tapi belum sampai ini masih bisa ditanami padi Pak belakang ini.
Sabin nih Pak.
Nggih, tasih sabin.
Tahun 2010-an masih bisa ditanam
Masih bisa.
padi ya?
Ya.
Ya di sawah itu petani padi ya sekarang akhirnya ya ditambah. Tapi sekarang pun dia nggak sanggup lagi, makanya kondisinya seperti ini akhirnya jadi penganggur yang sekarang. Rasanya ya jenuh Bu.
Oke.
Sebenarnya itu ya mau pindah kalau ada dana.
They said that he have money, they want to relocate. This is Semarang and this is Demak.
Sendiri, kemudian teman-teman yang dari PU mungkin yang ada infrastruktur.
This is Timbul Sloko and this is Triwulan, Bedono, Sidogemah and Timbul Sloko.
Di tahun ini fokusnya baru di Jupo Mondoliko, Desa Bedono. Memang ada Ibu, jadi pemerintah Kabupaten Demak berkeinginan untuk memindahkan masyarakat yang terdampak rob itu ke lokasi yang lebih kering.
Ini sumber dari warga, bukan saya mengada-ngada, sumber dari keluarga, bahkan saya juga grup tersebut, bahwa fasilitas bedol desa itu akan difasilitasi anggaran 50 juta per kakak dengan syarat warga tersebut sudah memiliki lahan di luar. Dan lahan tersebut harus bersertifikat. Itu tidak bisa diterima warga karena kenyataannya warga tidak mampu membeli lahan dan tidak punya lahan.
Awalipun daerah niki niku hancur niku abrasi kan gara-gara kula sampai demo niku kan permasalahan pun dasarnya yang utama itu kan dari pelabuhan itu. Itu pasti. Beriku nggih pun ngakoni kan ratane kan wonten tengah laut. Kangge nggih mereklamasi. Lah niku. Lah akhiripun mriki ombak saking mriku kan kekantem mriku anteme nggih kula mriki bendok mriki. Riyen gek dereng ngenten niku mboten napa-napa ngen kula. Niki kula kinten niku niki kanan kiri habis niku.
Sampun pajeng
Pajeng sedaya niki kanan kiri. Nggih. semua sudah dijual.
Sudah milik orang dari luar.
Iya, dari luar. Lah niku disurvei dana pinten juta niku. Mboten kuat nanggulangi rob niku.
Tahun 2021 kemarin dari pemerintah provinsi di sekitar provinsi Jawa Tengah sudah membantu sekitar ada hampir 20 unit rumah di sana, yaitu dengan sistem panggung.
Dan lagi fenomena di Sayong ini kan memang banyak lokasi dengan banyak kriteria ya. Tapi kalau kriterianya yang langsung berhadapan gelombang, saya kira tidak sesuai itu, baik itu panggung maupun apung.
Awalnya kan sini air agak napa niku nggih, agak onto niku lho, semua asin ngoten niku. Payau.
Terus air bersih gimana, Bu?
Air bersih medite tanpa dancari betul perahu. Nah, sing didamel masata Bu, mendepan tenor padang sari. Nah, payah ujian itu Bu, sing didomba-domba mbek damel sirang.
Mengurangi penggunaan pemanfaatan air tanah yang terlalu berlebihan. Di kami di beberapa lokasi itu juga kita sedang mengupayakan untuk sumber-sumber air permukaan, mengoptimalkan sumber-sumber air permukaan. Tapi karena memang sumber air permukaan yang layak untuk air bersih untuk dimanfaatkan masyarakat ini jauh dari pesisir, nah ini juga perlu waktu untuk mencari sumber-sumber yang bisa menggantikan air tanah.
Iya, batur ini gitu Pak. Tahu tak batur kok apa saya jengan untuk sikil kan.
Oh, sing riyen ngisor ngangge ya.
Nggih,
ngangge huruf.
Nggih, huruf. Pun kula huruf pengen sekawan Pak.
Sekali ngurup dulu berapa senti, Bu?
Nganu nggih, setengah meter.
Setengah meter.
Sing iki 1 meter, Pak. Sing dhuwur niki langsung 1 meter, sing ngisor niki setengah-setengah mawon kok tasik kelem terus.
Daleman itu ada buat tanggul baru untuk bendungan kampung gitu. Tanahnya dikumpul buat tanggul, terus tanggul buat wet mangrove. Rencananya itu kalau mangrove itu sudah tumbuh subur, lah tengah-tengah itu nanti akan dibatur buat jalan.
Terus menurut Ibu kenapa sih waktu itu di sana banjir atau rob? Tempatnya Ibu dulu kan dulu nggak banjir kan? Kenapa kira-kira kok banjir?
Sampah kali ini. Kalau sekarang kan dampak tol, itu udah dampak tol.
Ya. Nah kira-kira kalau ini Bapak pernah disosialisasi nggak tentang tanggul tol ini?
Tidak pernah. Ya cuma mengeluh semenjak ada bangunan tol itu ya semakin parah akhirnya.
Nggih anu Pak, niki lemah semakin ambles, toyane semakin dhuwur.
Karena tanggulnya rob hanya sampai ke Sayong, kemudian Sidogembang, kemudian dia menuju ke selatan, ke Loireng. Jadi lokasi itu tidak tercover oleh penanganan rob dari jalan tol.
Nah, kalau untuk yang di kami, memang di sisi antara Babon dan Sayong itu nanti setelah di tanggul laut oleh teman-teman Bina Marga, di belakangnya ada polder untuk pengendalian banjir dari hulu. Karena setelah kita tanggul, berarti kan dari rob dari laut tidak bisa ke darat, tapi kita punya masalah lain, banjir yang dari hulu yang harus kita buang ke laut. Nah, ini yang harus ditangani. Nah, itu di BBWS kami integrasikan dengan programnya Bina Marga, kami alur Sungai Babon dan Sungai Sayung ini kami sedang dalam proses untuk normalisasi di kedua sungai tersebut.
Ya, kami rasa juga sangat penting karena tadi dikatakan bahwa kalau untuk kita membendung laut ataupun menahan air dari laut, kalau itu pengembangan wilayah masih sangat bisa pada kawasan pesisir, otomatis kawasan pesisir akan mengalami beban yang sangat berat. Mungkin dalam 5 atau 10 tahun kemudian akan segera kembali muncul permasalahan yang seperti ini atau malah lebih buruk.
Ini kalau kayak gini banyak yang datang ke makam berarti Pak?
Rame Bu, itu. Ini cara kerjanya pun rame Bu, pas mulai dari minggu ini katanya
kayak bojo persis. Enggak. Kan kuburan kebanyakan sesepuh. Ya ini kubur gitu. Itu makanannya pun penuh.
Janjane aslinya pun penuh ya.
Oh iya. Ini kita pun penuh, cuman kalau nak pas duduk ngoten niku kan pun ambil 3.
Berarti lo dalam keadaan tergenang itu kan ke kubur.
Nah, sing dewi saged, cuma kan sistem prosesnya terlalu jauh.
Kali disedot nggih pompo.
Boten. Tahu kalau ember ngeten.
Berarti kedua karo ditahu
ya.
Wis kula tak niati ten mriki Bu. Kula niate ten mriki ngrawat iso dhewe. Senik niku.
Senajan ra ono.
Wis ra ono wong kok nyatane saya tak rawat ya alhamdulillah sehat nanti. Ngurusi teh niku, ngurusi bibitan.
Oh iya, bibit mangrove.
Bibit mangrove.
Nggih, kula bibite ki ambek, Pak. Ngucali bibite ki ambek. Niki kan Pak, kula tambah kontrak.
Sekali panen itu sampai berapa?
Sampai ini Bu, kula mendeki to Bu ya, setengah kuntal. Pak teko kerek ngerapuki to, Pak mendeki kok 4 perahu. Mangke perahu tegak langsung.
Terus pinten Bu? Bisa dipinten.
Sekilo
Kilo.
Tenggalaan akan saya.
Mau sendiri atau di pemerintah?
Dikasih pemerintah semua kerjasari. Bantuan tanah sama pasir semen.
Okay. Maybe the participant already seen how the situation of Timbus Loko and Bedono. In Timbus Loko, they still have 100 houses and about 150 household. It's about 500 people in Timbus Loko. But in Bedono, they only one family in the Bedono, because the people is already relocated in other places. Kok dari situ ya? Pertama mana ya? May I present myself or with the operator? Because okay, now page 2, community resilience. Maybe the participant see the community resilience is ability of community to maintain and evolve its identity in face both short-term and long-term change while cultivating environmental, social, and economic sustainability. And in Timbus Loko, they already do. All of the sector, environmental, social, and economic sustainability already they done because the situation force the people on Timbus Loko do kind of adaptation and mitigation. Next. As the video, you said that the people said that why they submerge or why they live in the water, because many develop in Semarang. They said they have a port, development port, and then the Marina reclamation, and then this is the highway toll road highway that already construction. They so the people in the Timbus Loko have impact about the development in Semarang and surrounding. So see, this is the Bedono and this is the Timbus Loko. Bedono, only one family live there because the other family already relocated. But they said the people that already relocated said that they still have tidal flood. They relocated in 2006 and they have tidal flood and flood is 2010. So only 4 years they have a situation that normal, no water comes to the house, but in 2010 they already have a tidal flood and flood. So no different in Bedono or they live in other side because it's daily the relocation is near from the Bedono. It's about 3 kilometers. So this is Bedono and this is Timbul Sloko. Next. I will show you the time sequence of regional change in Sayong district. So this is not given. This is a process that maybe some of them is because our paradigm to development is not better for the coastal area. So this is in the first in 1995 the location not only Timbul Sloko, not only Bedono, but all of the Sayong municipality was very prosperous. So in Japanese we said Gemah Ripaloh Jonawi. So you can pick what do you want. You can pick maybe some vegetable, some fruit or coconut. They can only pick, not very far to have that. So in after 1995, the Tanjung Mas port and industrial port was developed. So the process of sinking area in Bedono district, they have maybe five hamlet already drowning or sinking. There's Tambak Sari, Seni Lama, Tonosari, and Bedono. They're already sinking. Only one kampung that is still in Bedono. There is Mondoliko. And there are one family still living. You can see in the video is Makja staying in the Seni Lama and taking care of area through mangrove conservation. So this is how they resilient, not only because of the government program, but because they but because they believe they must stay there to conserve the mangrove and to take care of the place. And after 2006 and until 2010, there was a massive movement of Bedono inhabitants to better place in Gemula village. Some of movement facilitated by government. And there is Timbul Sloko area. Timbul Sloko already submerged in 2017. And the percent of living resident was, they don't want to live to other location because as you see in the video, they said they have no money. But not only because they have do not have money, because they attach with the place. A place is identity. Not only a house but home. So they must back to the Timbul Sloko. So you see in the video, they have a grave, and the grave is one of the place that already making people back to the Timbul Sloko. Every Thursday night, they go to the graveyard and they have a pray to the families already died. This is the Timbul Sloko. Next. Pass away. Okay, I'm sorry. Next. this is kind of adaptation maybe, but not only. But not only I don't want to show you the kind of adaptation, but why they do adaptation. We must know about the causes, because not only given, because of the means of production in other city, in other area that make the people submerged. You can see. Wait, oh, kok cepet mana? Yang tadi grafik, ya. You can see, I already break it. There is a boom shrimp pond in 1980, and then in 1995, the port development and reclamation, and 2021, toll highway and deck construction is developed too. So this is the kind of develop that make the people in Timbul Sloko and Bedono and other places in Sayung make submerged. So submerged is not because of the Timbul Sloko one, but because the means of production, and because other places have the development that not what is it? Not not environmental perspective. So because of them, so the people in Timbul Seloko have an impact. This is I said this the capitalism model of development. Why I said the capitalism model development? Because we know that capitalism is capital accumulation, free labor accumulation. This is in a port. This is in this industrial area. And in Semarang, near the coastal area, they have 37 industrial. From Semarang coastal until Demak coastal, they have 37 industrial. And now still maybe they have construction too. So the people in Timbul Seloko have the impact of development in Semarang and surrounding. The impact is abrasion, flood, tidal flood, and submerge. But the Timbul Seloko is still in the area because they have maybe I said no money, but maybe other factor. This is adaptation and mitigation, social life, economic life, and physical life. So, before the submerge, I think they have a normal life, like in the people in the land. So they have access to health, education is they can use by motorcycle to go to school, to go to market, to go to doctor, and but because they are already submerged, they have using another physical, like a boat, or maybe they have by walk first, and in the street they have a motorcycle. And the second is access water and sanitation hygiene. This is changed too because they are already submerged. Before they submerge, they can use WC or WC, not floating or not in the water, but after they submerge, they must use the WC or latrine is already in floating, but sometimes they don't have a process to make the better water for the sanitation. And the economic life, the processing seafood into various derivative product after they submerge. And another kind of adaptation is exchange seafood that they caught to other needs. So maybe in English is barter, no? Change seafood to other needs like rice, vegetable, or maybe cooking oil, some like that. And the physical adaptation is using wood and bamboo to build house and wooden pad. And you already saw too that all of the houses is use the wooden or bamboo because 2017 they still use the brick, but after they use a brick, the house is already is still submerged. And the second, because to buy cement or sand or brick, it's very expensive than buy wood or bamboo, because we must, what is it? We must floating. If you use bamboo or wood, we can floating in the water. But if you use the sand, cement, or brick, you can floating in the water, because they must be submerged. So this is the kind of community resilience. So they know how or what they can use to build their house. This is the process of the community resilience. And then the last is elevate the burial ground. They use many tire to elevate the burial ground. This is the process of timbus locus shifting. Next. Next. Oh, yeah. This is the kind of, as I said, that the pad is using wood, and the house is sometimes using wood or bamboo. This is the playground of the children, because they don't have a playground like what is it? Field or something like that. They use the water. This is the what is this? The last of road before they already submerged. This is I said this is abon ikan. This is the fish red that become abon ikan. They use for they sell to the market, and they have money to another stuff, another needs. This is they use communal boat to go to the market, or to go to the school, to go to the facility, health facility, and other. And this is because they don't have what is it, land, so they have use floating garden, maybe this floating garden, or maybe I think is hydroponic is very expensive. So just they're using bamboo to hanging the tree like that. Okay. Why timbul local resident resilience? This is timbul local. I maybe not only Putnam. I think maybe another social capital have a theory about why the people have bond bonding ties like that. So they have resilience, because they have ties that people have same ties, same kinship, same purpose like that. So next, okay. Putnam said that they have three kind of social capital, and I still is I think is same in the timbus loco. There is a bonding capital, bridging capital, and linking or network capital. So they have three kind of social capital. Bonding capital. This is in internal of the people. They have a ties, kinship, purpose. They have the same purpose, the same ties, because they have a family and kinship. So they have a bonding in internal of the kampung. Timbus Loko have a bonding. So as you said, as you see in the video, they in Thursday night they have time to go to the graveyard and pray for their family, like that. And not only that, but many agenda that they have to go to the funeral to pray. This is the one is before the Ramadan. Before the Ramadan, they must go to the graveyard to pray before the Ramadan came. So it's very you see you can read in National Geographic. July 2021, National Geographic go to the Timbus Loko and write about Timbus Loko. So maybe you can read in the National Geographic July on 2021 and 2020. Not 21. Yeah, 21, 22. This is they go to the. You can see how the bonding capital make the community is resilience. The second is bridging capital. This is the bridging capital. What is the bridging capital? Bridging capital is more further explained, starting bit different from bonding, because not only for the same ties, same in kinship, but it's more same purpose. They have some same purpose. Like many places in the Sayung area have already submerged, so they have a same purpose. Same situation, so they have a bridging. In the right or left, this is leader of Timbus Loko give some of aid to other places in Sayung. This is to Morodema, because Morodema have hit by the tidal flood and flood in end of the year 2022. So they give some aid. This is rice and maybe egg, like that. And this is the government from social ministry give some rice like to. So this is a kind of bridging capital. This is they collect the what is it the clothes. This is some clothes that collect for give to the Morodema inhabitant, because they hit by flood and tidal flood too. And this is the linking or networking capital. So Timbus Loko is not only one. Now they have already known. Maybe all participants can type Timbus Loko, and I think there has many information they can you can see in Timbus Loko. And this is a few of situation that see that what is it? Think about Timbus Loko. This is a leader of public and urban public work and urban planning of Demak municipality. Go to Timbus Loko and help to the Timbus Loko hamlet to build some wooden path, because the wooden path that's already broke, so maybe they need some funding build the wooden pad. This is a few, and other. There's many kind of national non-government organization that accompany the Timbus logo, like LBH or Lembaga Bantuan Hukum is Aid for a Law for pro bono, I think, pro bono, so they free for asking help, asking for help, asking for information about the land, about anything. And another disease is we Unisula help to what is it? To help the people have a good sanitation, so we construct, build 2 of rainwater harvesting and 1 of sanitation floating in the area. So not only the government, not only the NGO, but the education institution like Unisula is the one, I think, accompany the Timbus logo. And this is maybe the lesson learned from Timbus logo. So maybe that I said that capitalist perspective is not a good way if you want to keep the environmental good, but you must change the paradigm, not capitalist or development paradigm, but environmental paradigm that may be more better for better situation. But the other side, maybe in the internal, we push the people to have awareness and then have a movement. So we must stay with the people in Timbus logo to give awareness and movement like that. Yeah, maybe this is the point of community resilience. There's many community resilience is like a muscle, which when exercise, so you must exercise. So community is built not because the push for the government, but because of the people of the area. So they have to many kind of adaptation. So the resilience will build. Future social community environment disruption may will be bigger and faster than imagined. So maybe we must give the people have resilience and many kind of adaptation, include of coping strategy. Especially in turbulent times, civil society play a vital role examining the value underpinning local vision of community resilience, and then set strength-based approach and other kind of point of resilience, point of community resilience. Next, maybe the last I want to show. This is sorry, yes. There is okay, never mind. We are not a researcher, but we are friend of Timbus logo. So we dedicated for Timbus logo is produce a book. They have two book that's already what is it? Already published in about Timbus logo. One is Malih dari Segoro, or I don't know in Change to the Sea, and the other is Urip di Oyak-oyak Banyu, maybe Urip di Oyak Banyu apa? Huh? Urip di Oyak-oyak Banyu, it's mean the life is chasing by the water. So maybe there's the book to dedicated for Timbus logo, and other we have a fundraising too for Timbus logo for build the wooden pad. So maybe there is a few of external of Timbus logo that we help to Timbus logo people. This is my presentation, Bu Muda. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we give applause to Dr. Mila Carmila? Thank you, Dr. Mila, for sharing informative and comprehensive presentation and also the very nice videos. So, students, now time for discussion. Let me first open for the three questions from the students. You can either raise your hand and directly ask the Dr. Mila, or you can write down in the komentar or in the chat box. Anyone, please? Any question from students? About the timbul sloko itself, about the adaptation process, or about the theory that used to see the phenomenon in the timbul sloko. Okay, there is question from Zukrina. Ibu Mila, there is question from Zukrina. Does it means that timbul sloko actually below the sea level? We'll collect the question first, and then Ibu Mila will give answer. So first question, does it means that timbul sloko actually below the sea level? Okay. Second question, please, maybe from another groups, because I see that you already in groups, yeah?
Hi, good morning. I have a question.
Okay, Christopher, please.
Yeah. Hi, good morning. I am Christopher John Mendoza. I am from the Philippines, currently studying civil engineering at the Catanduanes State University. So my question is, would there still be a chance that Timbuktu Loco will still go back to their situation before? I mean, with their with a continuous land subsidence in their area, would there still be a chance that Timbuktu Loco would still be back to their situation before?
Thank you, Christopher. Is there any chance to timbul soko to be normal again, like before? Thank you. Okay, one more question, please. One from group 4 and one from group 3. Maybe another groups, please. Bu Mila, can you start to answer the question maybe first? Is that mean that Timbul Sloko is underwater? And the second, is there any chance to Timbul Sloko to be back in like a normal life again? Please, Ibu Mila.
Okay, thank you for the question. Is the area is I think is same of the sea level, because not below of the sea level, because I don't know is about if they below or not, but they very close to the sea. It's only 3 kilometers from the sea, and they don't have what is it breakwater, so the water came to the area. It's sometimes it's very fast, it's very hard, so they can hit everything in the area of Timbus Loco. So before 2017, as I said, they have in landed land, but now after 2017, they already in the sea or submerged. About if the area is below or no, I am not sure, but now they already in the water. So the second from Christopher, they don't. I think about the situation came to the normal or back to the before 2017, maybe can be like that if the area in Timbus Loco have protection with the dike. But until now, they don't have a dike because many dikes is already broken because the abrasion in Timbus Loco hit the breakwater. And the second, why they cannot come to the in the normal life before the 2017, because the development, if the development in the coastal area don't not very massive like highway, toll that construct or port build, maybe the situation more better for the people, or maybe they can back to the normal life, not in the submerged area, and then they can construct the dike, and in the back of the dike construction, they plan of mangrove. So after the dike already hit by the water or abrasion, maybe the mangrove is already big and can what is it? Can stop the abrasion, and the Timbus Loco can back to the normal life. Maybe there is what is it our dream too, that the people in Timbus Loco can live a normal life like we in the land. Maybe that's Bu Muna.
Thank you, Bu Mula. There are several questions. In the chat box from Najmo, group number 1. Will the city, maybe the village you mean, yeah, will the village be fully submerged in the water? If so, when is it estimated happen? So, jadi kapan kira-kira banyak airnya? So also from Rizal Mortella, I'm sorry if I'm wrong. What are the starting mitigation by government? What are the starting mitigation by the government? And then from Siti Nur Faiza, group 2, how to deal with the maybe what you mean is how the community deal with this situation if there is a lot of water. You can answer first, and then I will read the other question later.
Thank you. Not in Sayung, they have 11 village, and in coastal they have 5 village. So 5 village in the coastal area in Sayung has already submerged. Like maybe Seribulan, but not all of the village is closest to the closest to the sea, that's already submerged. Not only submerged, but a few of village in Bedono is already drowning or maybe losing. So just the name, but no life in Bedono, like Bedono Hamlet and Tonosari Hamlet and Tambak Sari Hamlet and 5. So only in Bedono village they have only one hamlet. His name is Mondoliko, and the people in the Mondoliko hamlet is same with the Timbul Sloko. But in Timbul Sloko they have about 150 household, but in Mondoliko just only nine household. So I think many people or many inhabitants or many residents want to live in the submerged area. Only Timbul Sloko that stay in area that submerged. What are starting mitigation? Government. Oh, by government. Oh, government have many kind of program to make the people live normal. Like, but in wooden pad, not from the government. Wooden pad is built by themselves, by the people. They saving some money to build the wooden pad. This is the kind of community resilience of the Timbul Sloko, and the government built because the area is close to the sea, so the Ministry of Fishery and Marine built a water salination is change the sea water become fresh water in 2014. But because the maintenance of the staff, the machine is very expensive, so now the program is not running well. And then other program of the government is that the video said build some house, but you must have land inside outside to the Timbul Sloko, and the people do not want to move to Timbul Sloko, so the program to build the house, they don't have to program of housing for the government. I think this is the government program to the Timbul Sloko, and the third is how to deal with this situation. Maybe you already see in the video or from my presentation. They don't, what is it? If we said that they happy, I don't think so. But if we said they sad, not. So they just running the life, face the situation and do that they can do, like build a wooden pad or maybe make a product from seafood, because near the kampung many of a pond, so they don't need to need to build or buy something, just only grab, and they have many kind of shrimp, crab or anything. So yeah, maybe they have blessing, because sometime blessing, I think, because they don't have many hard work. They just grab in the in the pond they have many kind millfish, shrimp or crab they can use. Maybe they can deal the situation or yeah. Okay.
Okay, we still have about 20 minutes. I think there are some questions. I will read it first. Still from, is it Christopher? Is it the same Christopher or different? Because this is from the group 7. The first Christopher is the group 3. Since the lady in the video said that they already elevated their houses, do the water reach their house until today? Do the water reach their house until today? If this is still happen, what will be other mitigation you can suggest since the water still rising? And then how would, from group 1, Arafat, how would you approach divining and measuring resilience of community to climate change impacts? Resilience of communities to climate change impact. And then since this is already prevailing problem not only in Timbus Loco, but also in Indonesia, is there already local climate change action plan, medium and long term, to address two root causes of the problem and alleviate the situation of those highly affected? And then one more. Is there any chance that government will make a barricade or waterways to avoid from the water in the residential area rising? Okay, I will read later if we still have time.
Okay. In the case of Makja in Bedono, as they said, they already 4 times to elevate the houses, and the every time to elevate is about 50 centimeter, is about half meter, and maybe if the sea not what is it? Not break water. Maybe the Makja is came to the what is it? Submerged or drowning. But from the Makja said, even that the situation is very bad, they willing stay in the area because what she said, they have to take care of the mangrove because their house, their home is there. So maybe in normal what is it? Not normal. In our perspective, there is impossible. But Makja, I think this is still possible, and we can help the Makja still live in the Bedono if we change the the paradigm of development. Just I said that not developmentalist or capitalism development, but maybe if you want to build what is it building or highway or anything in coastal area, maybe you must study it very hard, and before that you must know that the people in the area is already have impact. So yeah, I think the research about coastal area and maybe there is a concept of blue urban development that maybe can relate it water or sea and the land, so they don't have separate about the planning of the water or the sea or marine and the planning of the land. So maybe they're interrelated with coastal and the land. So maybe it's a solution. How to measuring the resilience to climate change impact? For the people or for who that we must measuring? The community? Oh, I don't think so. For measuring of the resilience of the community, maybe just we can say the the phase or the situation of their life in this situation. Yeah, and about the measuring, I don't know what if the people have standard or measuring the resilience. Only they do because they have to struggle with the situation. Like a wooden pad, like a housing built by the wood or by because they don't have land, so they must hanging the tree or something like that. And just do it. They don't have the time to measuring or some. And we our research too, we don't have to measuring the resilience of the people. We until now we have a kind of adaptation and strategic of adaptation from the people. So we just collect how or how many kind of adaptation they already done before after the 2017. Since Indonesia, okay. Since Indonesia have apa? Program. Okay. Okay. Maybe government have many kind of program, short term, long term, or medium term. But sometimes the program is not compatible for the people. So just I said, like build the house. They have a program. Government have a program to relocation the people in the Timbul Loko. But before they move to the Timbul Loko, they have buy some have some land that must buy by themselves. It's about 50 million rupiah. And for the Timbul Loko, it's not cheap to have 50 million rupiah. So because sometimes the government have don't have a compatible program for the people in the area. So the in the people the inhabitant don't want to move from the area. And second, that I said the Ministry of Fishery and Marine build salination water, but not done. But it's not sustained because it's very expensive for maintenance. So yeah, I think we must change the paradigm. If the government want to know about the situation, so the government have to sit together with the government and hearing what the problem of the what the problem of the people in the area, and now about the problem, and now about the solution. Just what we done that making a rainwater harvesting for the people in the area, I think is good because deep well in the area in Timbus Loko, they have four deep well, and now the water from the deep well is not good because the water is already contaminated with the many kind of what is it, microba or salmonella or something like that, because surrounding of the Timbus Loko, they have many kind of industrial area, so it's already in intrusion with other kind of microba. Oh, masih ada satu. Waterway, about waterway, yeah, maybe there is a good idea that build the waterway for the Timbus Loko if the government want to stay, the people stay in the area, so they build a waterway to the people, to the sea, or to other area that they can reach facility.
We still have about less than 10 minutes. I think we can use it. I will read, maybe this is sharing, yeah, from Aim Bolatova from Kazakhstan. They have the same problem. However, the water comes not from the ocean, but as we live on the steppe, it comes from the melting snow. So this is what happened in Kazakhstan. And then still some questions, but I will resume. The mostly asking about how the government reaction of this situation. Are they? Is there any possibility that government will relocate the people to another location, or before the disaster happen, what the government do to avoid the disaster and so on? And then is there any program for the government for the people in the Musloko village if they don't want to move? Is there any other program? So I think one question. Since the people from Badono were relocated to another area, but still near from where they come from, about 3 kilometers away, is there possibility that the government will relocate them into more dry area? Yeah, this is the same question. I think this is also important question, Ibu Mila. I want to ask about the risk for the residents, resiko, the risk for the residents that still staying there. As we know, the sanitation was bad if they still wants to stay there. And from the Netherlands story, we know that it will take a long time to retrieve the land back to normal. So the risk. Also, I wonder, do government already investigate about industrial area that our company already do right way using the term and condition before production? Okay. A lot of questions.
I will answer step by step because many question, and it's very good question. The first sharing about the situation in Kazakhstan, but not from the sea, but from the from the mountains of melting snow. Maybe the want to say something how they community resilient in Kazakhstan to the melting of snow, because in Timbus Loko, yeah, the situation like you see, and until now the government program is not matched with the people want. So the government cannot do nothing, only just like if the path of if the road is submerged with the water, or tidal flood or flood, so the government build again and elevate it again, like that, just a short term program, not for long and medium program. Terus yang kedua, about relocation, as I said, that not only because they don't have money, because they attach with the place, attached with the place. Timbul Loko is identity for the people area. So, and then the work is there. So how about if they relocate? It's far from their work. So they need some money to go to the work area. So there's many reason for the people in Timbul Loko do not want to relocate it. Now, so the maybe the government can do is, the first is the people mitigation or adaptation, and the second is protecting. How to protecting the people from the abrasion, from tidal flood, and from flood. The government can do if they build a breakwater, and then in back of the breakwater they plant of mangrove. So because I think the breakwater is not long term for abrasion, and stop the development that make the coastal area more worse from abrasion and flood and tidal flood. And what is it?
If they don't relocate it, how the risk? The last question.
They already known about the risk, live in the area, and they accepted. I think they accepted the situation, and they struggle with the situation, and they resilient, and they adaptation, mitigation, and willing to live there because many reasons. So they have to struggle with the situation with many kind of adaptation they do by themselves. So this is maybe this is my answer is not can answer your question, but I think they, as we ask about the how if any possibility for the people want to relocate, they don't want to relocate it. They still want in this area, in these areas, and the government know about the situation. Yeah, only they can use is mitigation and protecting the sea from the abrasion or flood. Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Mila. This is very productive discussion. Apparently, we still have some question to be discussed. However, due to the limited time, we need to end our discussion session. Before I close this session, I would like to invite Dr. Mila to give a very short closing remark.
Okay, thank you. I think because my major is from urban and regional, I think we must change our paradigm, not only for the economic development, but we must have a perspective about the people, about the environmental, and about the social life, include of the situation like coastal area that maybe not only in Indonesia, they've already hit by many kind of flood or tidal flood or something like that. So we must change our paradigm, not developmentalist, but environmental perspective. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mila, for the very sharp closing remark. So before we close, before we come to the end of the session, I will give some notes for this discussion about what we have discussed today. So Timbul Sloko is not about place, it's not about a home, a house, but place also identity. Yeah, so they bond each other. They bond with the environmental. So it's difficult to them to leave their land or their houses or leave the Timbul Sloko for a relocation. Also, Ibu Dr. Mila mentioned that disaster is not pure natural disaster, but mostly from the development process that do not put environmental perspective. So we also discussion about the adaptation process, the type of social capital theory, and so on. And the last closing remarks from Dr. Mila that we should, or the government should change the developmentalism perspective to the environmental paradigm. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for today's session. Finally, we would like to thank the Faculty of Engineering for host this very nice meeting. See you in the other program. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Our deepest gratitude for Dr. Mila Carmila, STMT, and his moderator. Thank you very much. All of us, we hope all of us gets a knowledge and raise awareness about what happened in Timbulsuko village. So there will be no same case in another place. Next session is Build Culture exhibition presented by all of the participants based on their nationality. First, allow me to call for Indonesian participants to present their culture exhibition. For Indonesians, time is yours.
Indonesia is very well known. About our national motto, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika.
Puangan Jawa di Batu, dengan santai batu lilin, dan takkan ajak kawan-kawanmu, sangke dan basul yang suling, dan duduknya dan elok. Suka bergotong royong, sakit senang sama-sama dirasa, dan takkan najok kampung, takkan najok kampung, Indo ayah di sadono, rasa ibau dan pulang.
Nama saya Wimpi Manika.
Boleh jadi kita berbeda, tapi kita tetap satu. Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. Mari kami tunjukkan rumah kami, Indonesia.
Pertemuan tersebut dibuatlah prasasti atau batu kembali. Sejauh ini dikabarkan bahwa pesawat, suku rekahan atau pasan, suku proses,
Probably goes down thousands of meters. We die. You sleep.
West Papua. Pristine land in the western Pacific Ocean. Ancient culture. A world of wonder. Mystic and magical. The life of a tribe in sync with nature. West Papua's archipelago. Extremely rich sea life. Adorned with emeralds of islands. Sprawling, protected in front of it. Heaven for divers.
Hello everyone, I'm Ote Iskandar. I'm represents of Indonesia in culture exhibitions. So I will give speed a little bit from our video as we see before. So uh, yeah, Indonesia is the first country with a rich cultural heritage. It is home to more than 300 ethnic groups, each with its own district culture, language, and traditional. The largest ethnic group in Indonesia is the Javanese, followed by Sundanese, Mandarinese, and Batak. As we know that, as we see from the last video that we represent, there is a lot of ethnic group in Indonesia. Also, Indonesia has a wide range of cultural practice, including traditional dance, music, and art, which are influenced by various culture and historical factors. Some of the most some of the most famous from of a traditional Indonesia art, including wayang, it's shadow puppet, also batik, and gamelan music, and ensembles of a traditional instrumental. The country diversity ethnic group and the cultures are recognized and celebrated through various national events and festivals. One of the most significant national event is Independence Day. It's also celebrated on 17 August to commemorate Indonesia independence from Dutch colonial rules in 1945. Other important festivals including Eid al-Fitri or the end Ramadan, Christmas, Chinese New Year's, and various regional festivals. So this is our presentation about representing Indonesia in a culture exhibition. Thank you so much.
For Otto Iskandar and then present by Indonesian culture. Thank you very much. This session will be discussed, and will give several minutes to open it question about in cultural expectation of Indonesian.
So maybe for all participant can give any question, and from Indonesian participant will answer it. You can turn on your microphone or text.
If there are any from participant in another country curious about in Indonesian tradition, culture, or something else about Indonesian, please directly send message in text box or raise hand, and then open your mic to speech. Thank you. Because Mr. Otto Iskandar is already to answer your question.
Yes, good morning.
Oh yeah, good morning. Can you introduce
my
yourself?
My name is Ayım. I am from Kazakhstan. Okay. So actually, I know quite well about your culture because I participated in previous short course about locust. Maybe you know, and we were taught about the batik. So maybe I can have a question like, do you wear batik for everyday life, or is it just a traditional clothing? So this is my question.
Okay.
Yes, thank you for the question. Please, from Indonesian participant, can answer it. Or from Mr. Otto, you can answer it.
Pardon, can you repeat the questions because so I can hear properly?
Yes, of course. I mean, I know that you have a cultural heritage named batik. Batik is an unusual way to make prints on the clothes, and you do it in your own. My question is, do you wear batik for everyday life or just for some celebrations or holidays? Is it a cultural clothing or just everyday clothing? Is there any difference between batik and normal clothes?
Okay. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, maybe I will answer now about the question of pachit. Pachit actually, we use a traditional clothes. It's not for every day, but when we have like celebrate like as uh, as as I said before in 17 August, like it celebrate about Indonesian ceremony. We can use traditional clothes like pachit, or maybe there is more than pachit. Like if you are Bali, we can use kebaya or something uh, to represent your regions in Indonesia, because we are we motto is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, so we will use some of the traditional clothes in ceremony celebration, and then probably also in like when we have parties or wedding parties like a traditional way, we prefer to using traditional clothes like pachit that I'm asked before. So probably it will be help about the questions about pachit. I'm
Yes, thank you for your answer. I didn't know. I thought that all of you just wear batik. I mean, there are more types of clothing, and thank you for your answer. I didn't know really. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for your questions.
Thank you, Mrs. Elu Tova from Kazakhstan, and then Mr. Otto Iskander. Is there any question again in from other participant about Indonesian culture? You can write on text box when you shy to speak it in a Zoom. The next sessions will be presented their cultural expectation from Philippines country. For Philippines country, time is yours.
Filipinos are known to be respectful. Ever since we are kids, our parents taught and trained us to be respectful to elders by kissing their hands or doing what we call manupo before leaving, saying goodbye, and greeting them when we arrive. Younger family members can respect older siblings by addressing them as ate, which means older sister, or kuya, which means older brother. In Filipino culture, showing respect to elders and people in position of authority is highly valued. Using honorifics such as po, opo, and ho is a way of showing respect and acknowledging the person's status. Po and opo are used to show respect to elders, while ho is a more formal and polite way of speaking to someone in a higher position or authority. It is also important to note that showing respect is not only about the words we use, but also about our actions and demeanor towards others.
In the Philippines, the Bayanihan spirit is one of communal unity, helping others without expecting rewards to achieve a certain goal. This is a much cherished Filipino spirit of solidarity and cooperation, which sets aside cultural, political, and other differences to show unity and compassion, mostly in times of calamity. In the most adverse situations, like the heat of disasters, Bayanihan spirit ignites the Filipinos to help each other in their own simple ways, such as extending in-kind or monetary donations. We are one, and we must not leave our countrymen in times of crisis. By helping others, we know that we can get help in times of need.
One of the exceptional traits of Filipinos is being hospitable. It describes how us Filipinos welcome foreigners or tourists who visits our country. Whenever a visitor stays in a Filipino house, there will be a grand celebration or a feast for the guest. It is a tradition for us to prepare bountiful Filipino cuisines. A whole Filipino family, with a smile in their face, is ready to accommodate their guests and share not only their food, but their entire home to them, for them to feel comfortable. For us Filipinos, it is a pleasure and our country's honor to accept foreigners as visitors and build genuine relationships and friendship with them.
Arana. Arana is a traditional form of courtship in the Philippines where a man serenades a woman outside her window. It is a romantic gesture that has been practiced for centuries in the country and is a unique part of Filipino culture. In the traditional practice of Arana, a man would bring a group of musicians and sing romantic songs to express his affection and admiration for the woman he is courting. The songs are often performed in a slow and melodious manner, with the lyrics expressing the man's feelings towards the women. The women, in turn, can respond to the serenade by either accepting or rejecting the man's advances.
Spirituality. One of the aspects of Filipino spirituality is the concept of kapwa, which roughly translates to shared identity or shared humanity. This belief emphasizes the interconnectedness of all beings and encourages empathy, compassion, and kindness towards others. It reflects the Filipino value of pakikipagkapwa-tao, or the importance of building harmonious relationships with others. Religious practices also play a significant role in Filipino spirituality. The majority of Filipinos are Roman Catholic, and religious festivals and traditions are an important part of Filipino culture. Filipinos also practice Islam, Protestantism, and other religions, and there is a growing interest in indigenous spirituality and practices as well. Overall, Filipino spirituality is a rich and diverse mixture of beliefs and practices, and it reflects the country's unique history and cultural heritage.
Fiesta. The Filipino fiesta is a traditional celebration that is held in many parts of the country throughout the year. It is a time when families and communities come together to celebrate their patron saints, commemorate historical events, or simply to enjoy food, music, and other festivities. Food is an important part of the Filipino fiesta. Families often prepare special dishes and delicacies, and it is common for households to offer food and refreshments to guests and visitors. Some of the popular Filipino fiesta foods include lechon or roast pig, adobo or meat cooked in vinegar and sauces, pancit or noodles, and various types of traditional desserts. The Filipino fiesta is a cultural celebration that brings people together and strengthens the bonds between families and communities. It is a time to honor traditions, celebrate culture, and express gratitude for blessings received.
Pamamanhikan. The term pamamanhikan comes from the Tagalog word manhik, which means to go up or to climb up. This refers to the groom and his family literally climbing up the stairs to the house of the bride's family as a sign of respect and humility. During the pamamanhikan, the groom and his family bring gifts and food to the bride's family as a gesture of goodwill. They discuss the details of the wedding, including the date, venue, and other important aspects of the ceremony. It is also an opportunity for both families to get to know each other and to bond before the wedding day. Pamamanhikan is a meaningful and significant event in Filipino culture. It is a way to show respect and gratitude to the parents of the bride to be and to ask for their blessings for the upcoming marriage. It is also a way to strengthen the bond between the two families as they come together in celebration of love and union.
Strong family ties. Family is highly valued in Filipino culture, and strong family ties are an important part of Filipino life. Family members often have very close relationships, and they tend to support and care for each other through thick and thin. One of the most important ways in which Filipinos demonstrate their strong family ties is through the practice of utang na loob, or the debt of gratitude. This involves reciprocating acts of kindness and generosity and making sure that no family member is left behind or forgotten. Overall, the strong family ties of Filipinos are a reflection of the importance of community and mutual support in their culture. It is a source of comfort and strength and a reminder of the value of connection and interdependence in life.
Folk dances. Filipino folk dances are an important part of the country's culture and heritage. These dances reflect the traditions, customs, and history of the Philippines, and are often performed at social gatherings and cultural events. They are a colorful and vibrant expression of the country's rich history and traditions.
Resilience. Filipino resilience is a trait that is often mentioned in discussions of the Filipino culture. It refers to the ability of Filipinos to bounce back from adversity and overcome challenges with a positive attitude. Despite facing many natural disasters, economic challenges, and political turmoil, Filipinos have a remarkable ability to remain optimistic and find ways to move forward. Additionally, Filipino culture has a strong tradition of adaptability and resourcefulness. Filipinos are known for their ability to make the most out of what they have, to find creative solutions to problems, and work together to achieve their goals.
Thank you for Philippines participant to presentation. Now we'll give you for question and answer. Every participant, all participant can give question and then Philippine participant can answer the question. You can turn on your microphone or raise hand and you can write on text box. Oh yeah, which one? Raise hand, please. Oh, Mr. Otto, you wanted to ask something?
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Uh, okay. I want to say that Magandang hapon for my brother and sister from Philippines, and mabuhay. So yeah, my question is, what is a traditional food from Philippines? Because I only knows about only balut. Yeah, maybe there is traditional food that I could know from Philippines. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Otto, for the question. Now, participant from Philippines can answer what's the traditional food from Philippines.
Oh, chicken abodu.
So please, Philippines participants can answer with
Hello,
microphone.
hello. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
yeah.
Okay, good day. I'm from the Philippines. I'm one of the participants from the Philippines. So, there's a lot of traditional food uh, from the Philippines, but the most common or that like very common adobo, chicken adobo and lechon. Most likely that's what we offer during fiestas. So I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you,
Sounds
Miss
delicious.
Rizail, for the answer. Is that enough from Mr. Otto?
Yeah, it's enough. It sounds really delicious.
You have to try it before or no?
Yes, I will try it when I'm in the
Okay, okay.
Philippines.
Okay.
Thank you for the answer.
Okay, for next question, any question for Philippines participants? It seems like there's no one who want to give question. Now we will next with Bangladesh participant. Please, for Bangladesh participant, time is yours.
Mr. Sakor. Hello. What you can start. They are sharing their screen.
Please. Okay. Uh, Good morning, everyone. I'm honored and grateful to have the opportunity to present you to today on behalf of my university and my country, the rich and vibrant culture of Bangladesh. And my name is K. Marafat Islam, and I'm starting to guide you through this cultural exhibition. And firstly, I would like to express my sincere thanks to the authorities and special thanks to our honorable instructor for giving us the chance to showcase our culture to you all. Bangladesh has a unique and diverse culture which is deeply rooted in its history, traditions, and heritage. And our aim is to provide you with a glimpse into the beauty and complexity of our culture and help you to understand its significance in our daily lives. And through this exhibition we hope not to not only showcase our music, dance, art, festivals, but also give you an insight into our way of life, beliefs, and customs. And we hope that this presentation will leave you with a greater appreciation and understanding of our country and its people. So sit back, relax, and join us on a journey of exploration and discovery as we take you on a cultural exhibition on Bangladesh. So let's get started through the content we are discuss about festival, literature, music, arts, folk dance, traditional transport, and also clothing. So, in the next slide, at first, we'll talk about our festival. There are a lot of festivals in Bangladesh to celebrate, but here we are going to discuss the most famous festival like Eid ul Fitr, Eid ul Adha, Durga Puja, Pohela Boishakh, Independence Day, the Victory Day, and the 21st February. Number one, the Eid ul Fitr and the Eid ul Adha are most famous or major festivals in Bangladesh celebrated by the Muslim community, and Eid ul Fitr, also known as the festival of breaking the fast, and is a major religious holiday in Bangladesh and is celebrated by Muslims around the world. And the holiday marks the end of Ramadan, the Islamic holy month of fasting, while the Eid ul Adha, also called the festival of sacrifice. And uh, during Eid ul Fitr, people wear new clothes, visit families and friends, exchange gifts, and offer special prayers in the morning. And traditional foods like shamai, pulao, and sweets are also prepared in all homes and shared among loved ones. And on the other hand, uh, during Eid al-Adha, people sacrifice the animals like cow, goats, or sheep, and commemorates the willingness of Prophet Ibrahim to sacrifice his sons to Allah. And both festivals are important occasions for Muslims in Bangladesh and marked by joy, compassion, and spirit of the giving. And we have also another festivals called Durga Puja, which is Hindus festival celebrated in Bangladesh community. And the festival is marked by colorful processions, traditional music, and dance performance, and so on. And then we have one of the most famous festivals called Pohela Boishakh, and it is the new Bengali year and the biggest festival in Bangladesh, and it is celebrated on 14th April in every year. The festivals marks the beginning of the new agriculture year, and the people celebrated with traditional foods, music, dance, and the colorful processions. And people wear traditional clothes and such as sharis, Punjabis, and participate in parades and the cultural events. And Pohela Boishakh is an occasion for people to gather with friends and family, exchange greeting and oil wishes, and start with a new journey with joy and positivity. And then in the next slide, we have the uh, please, Shafat, can you please? Then we have one of the most important, our Independence Day and Victory Day is our pride, because Independence Day and Victory Day are two of the most significant national holiday in our Bangladesh. Because Independence Day, which is celebrated on 26th March, commemorates the day 1971 when Bangladesh declared its independence from the Pakistan, and these days is marked the parades, speeches, culture program towards the country. and and Victory Day celebrated on 16 December marked the day in 1971 when Bangladesh achieved its final victory over Pakistan with a 9-month long war. And on this day, the uh, country celebrated with parades, fireworks, and the cultural program, and a lot of happiness. And it is time to remember the sacrifice of brave soldiers and the civilians who fought for the independence of Bangladesh. And both Independence and Victory Day hold great significance for the people of Bangladesh, as they represent the country's part struggle for independence and the courage and determination of its the people. For presenting the next slide, I would like to invite my next presenter, Mr. Reba Sosain, to present this slide. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arfat. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I'm Ribas, representing the glorious history of the day of my country, Bangladesh. Today is the 21st February, and it's really, really special for Bangladesh people. And it's called International Mother Language Day. So, International Mother Language Day is observed every year on 21st February to promote linguistic and cultural diversity and multilingualism. This day was first announced by United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, that is UNESCO, in 1999. Has been observed annually since 2000. The purpose of the International Mother Language Day is to promote to preservation and protection of all languages, especially those that are against. It also aims to promote linguistic and cultural diversity and to raise awareness about the importance of language in education and social development. The date of 21st February was chosen to commemorate the Language Movement Day in Bangladesh, which took place in 21st February in 1952. On that day, students and activists in Dhaka, Bangladesh, protest against the imposition of Urdu as the only official language of East Pakistan, which is now Bangladesh. The police opened fire on protesters, killing several of them, and speaking movement on recognizing Bengali language. International Mother Language Day is celebrated around the world with various events such as cultural performance, language competition, and seminars. That's all about that day. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebus. Hello, everyone. This is Sakwat Hussain from Daffodil International University, Bangladesh. As we have already know that our country has rich varieties of culture, and literature is a significant part of our culture. Literature is being practiced from the ancient time in our country. Hope you know that Bangla is the 5th ranked native language in the world. So its literature must be richer. Bengali is one of the prominent languages in which literature enriched itself the most. Bengali literature refers to the body of writings in the Bengali language which has developed from a of Prakrit or Indo-Aryan language. Some of our famous poets are Chandridas, Daulat Kaji Alaol, Rabindranath Tagore, Kazi Nazrul Islam, and Michael Madhusudan Dutta. Next slide, please. Here are some great poets with their poetry. At first, we can see Rabindranath Tagore. Hope all you know about him. He is mostly famous for his great poetry, that is Gitanjali, and he won the Nobel Prize. Then Kazi Nazrul Islam. He was a Bengali poet, writer, musician, and he is the national poet of our country. And then Michael Madhusudan Dutta. He was poets in Bangla literature. He is the father of Bengali sonnet. He is the father of Bengali sonnet, and he was first to make the what came to be called Omitrakhar Chandra. Now I would like to invite my another team member to talk about our traditional art and the rest. Mubashir, can you please start?
Yes, sure.
I'm having internet issues.
Good day, everyone. First of all, I'm sorry because for some reasons my camera is not working. I'm delighted to present to you the rich and diverse cultural heritage of Bangladesh through our team's exhibit on cultural exhibition of Bangladesh. I'm responsible for showcasing the traditional music and folk dance of our country. So here is our traditional art. Like our traditional art has a rich and diverse. As you can see here, that there are many famous like artists named Abdul Razak, Kaim Chaudhary, Murtaza Basir. Next slide, please. So here is my part, music. Bangladesh is a land of many cultures, traditions, and festivities. The vibrant and dynamic music and dance scene in our country reflects the richness of our heritage. Our folk music and dance forms are deeply rooted in our culture and social traditions, and they have been passed down from generations to generations. Our folk music, next slide, please. Our folk music includes Baul, Dari, Shari, and Marfati, among others. These forms of music are characterized by their soulful melodies and powerful lyrics that touch the heart of the listeners. Our folk dance forms include Bihu, Jatra, Dhali, and Lathi, among others. These dance forms are lively, generic, and visually stunning. Next slide, please. So our another teammate will present this slide. Thank you.
Thank you, Mubashir, for your amazing presentation. Hello, I am Zadid Al Lisan, and I will explain about the traditional transportation and clothing of Bangladesh. Ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to traditional transportation, Bangladesh has a rich history of using bullock carts, buffalo carts, and tom-toms. These vehicles are still used in rural areas of Bangladesh to transport goods and people from one place to another. Now let's talk about traditional Bangladeshi clothing. The sari is one of the most iconic traditional garments in Bangladesh. It is a long piece of cloth draped around the body in various styles. The sari comes in a variety of fabrics, including silk, cotton, and muslin, and is often adorned with intricate embroidery and embellishment. It is a symbol of grace, elegance, and femininity in Bangladeshi culture. Another important traditional textile craft in Bangladesh is the Nokshikatha. It is a type of embroidered quilt made from old saris. The technique involves stitching together layers of old cloth and then embellishing the surface with decorative running stitches. Nokshikatha is an important part of Bangladeshi culture and it is often passed down as a family heirloom. In conclusion, the traditional modes of transportation like bullock carts, buffalo carts, and tom-toms, and traditional garments like sari and textile crafts like nokshikatha are important aspects of Bangladeshi culture. They are a reflection of the country's rich heritage and offer a glimpse into the fascinating past. It is important to preserve and promote these traditional practices and crafts as they are an integral part of Bangladesh's cultural integrity. So this was all from me. And as you know, Bangladesh is known for its hospitality. I would like to invite you all to come to Bangladesh and explore more about our cultural exhibition. Thank you so much.
Our greatest gratitude from all of speaker from Bangladesh. Is there some curiously and interested about Bangladesh culture and then how to wearing clothes and then for all of the participant is when there is any questions, please raise hand first and then you can speak it, open your mic, or when you say to say it, you can write in the text box.
Please for any participant or participant to give a question to the Bangladesh participant.
Actually, from Gadis, when you are have questions, just say it. Not just the all participant, but from Gadis is also Mrs. Nisa.
Sorry, can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yeah, of
please.
course.
Sure, please.
Yeah. Okay. I just saw your flag. I mean, your flag is the green with the red ball in the center. Could you tell me what does it mean? Because your flag is very unusual and maybe it has its own meaning. So could you tell us what does it mean, your flag?
Yeah,
Is
can
it
I answer? Okay, thanks for your question. So the green portion usually represents the green land of Bangladesh, as it is a very beautiful place to visit, like green fields and everything. And the red portion in the middle, it represents the blood that we shed in the liberation war of 1971, and it resembles our respect shown to the martyrs of our liberation war. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your answer.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Zarid, for the answer. Now, any question for buddies or for participant about Bangladesh culture or anything like transportation or clothes and anything about food maybe?
Actually, there is several interested about Bangladesh, for example, uh, the culture and then the academic or something else like film, and then artists like before our friends from Bangladesh has delivered. Please, buddies. There is any questions?
Maybe buddies, maybe
Yeah.
you have question. Don't be shy, okay? For all participants, don't be shy. We just try to enjoy.
Please question us. We can answer everything.
Yeah,
Okay.
Please.
Mr. Arafat is just wanna answer your question, all of you.
Yes, we like to introduce all of you with our culture.
Yeah, there's a lot we have not presented there, but
Guys,
okay, if there is no
ask.
question, then we would like to invite you all to visit Bangladesh. We'll host from Daffodil International University. You all, and for sure, you will enjoy Bangladesh. Come Bangladesh, visit Bangladesh, enjoy Bangladesh. Thank you so much.
Sorry, can I ask?
Yeah, sure.
Please.
Your voice
You
is
can
not
come
clear.
forward, buddies. Miss Nisa, you can come
Maybe
forward
echo
so everyone
problem.
can see.
Okay, thank you. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, you are.
Well, it's very interesting that Bangladesh, like the biggest religion in here that is a Muslim, right? So you celebrate like in your PPT, you said you celebrate Eid al-Adha, also Eid al-Fitri. So one of my question is in Indonesia, from if you celebrate Eid al-Fitri, all of the families gather, like we have a big gathering for the family. Do you have any of that kind of culture when you celebrate Eid al-Fitri too? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am,
it's
for your.
basically Eid ul Fitr and Eid ul Adha, and normally for the work purpose or study purpose, the parents and the sons are always stay far away. But in Eid, everybody get closer. Everybody enjoys their these festivals among and friends. Parents, cousins, and everybody celebrates these all festival together. So I can say that this Eid or Pohela Boishak, and even for the Hindus religious, they celebrated the Durga Puja. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Can you teach me how to say thank you in your language?
ধন্যবাদ.
What?
How to say? Toluak.
Kuluat?
ধন্যবাদ. ধন্যবাদ.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tonlobat?
Tonlobat.
ধন্যবাদ.
Tonlobat.
ধন্যবাদ.
Don't know but.
Mr. Mubashir has already written in
Oh,
chat box.
don't
Please
know
share.
but.
Share.
Okay, don't know but.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for Miss Nisa as Sebadis. Yeah, there's any question?
There's any question? Who is willing?
Group 2.
Can you raise your
Can you
hand?
raise hand from Siti Nur Hafiza, please?
Please
Show us your face, turn on your
turn on,
camera, and then you can, yeah.
deliver your questions with friends from Bangladesh.
Yeah, you can turn on your microphone. Miss Siti Nur Hafiza. Your microphone is
Your
still
microphone
on.
is
It's still
still
off.
off.
Your microphone is still off, Miss Siti Nur Hafiza. You can turn on the microphone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Say something to test. We can hear your.
We could.
We can hear.
Yeah. We couldn't hear your.
Okay, maybe you can just text in the text box. Text box, I mean.
Because the voice is not compatible, and then she has already to open it her microphone, but still there is no voice.
You can write in the chat box so
Yeah.
that we can answer.
I see the text box, so we can read to all of participants. Siti Nur Hafiza, have you written? Yeah, I don't know.
Miss Siti Nur Hafiza, we can hear your voice, so you can use text box to read or to write the question. Okay, we can see the textbooks.
We can see
There's
the
a
textbooks,
question
please.
from Siti Nur Hafiza.
So we can read it or direct to all of participants, especially in Bangladesh persons.
Yeah, we are different. And both are separate country, both cultural separate. Separate. So we all are separate. It's not combined.
Okay, thank you for the question from Bangladesh participant. Any question from participant or from Badis who want to ask about Bangladesh?
Actually, there are so many interested from Bangladesh, and then when I have a lot to ask, maybe I will ask something about in Bangladesh. May I ask from Bangladesh? Can you give me a load?
Okay, thank you for
Can
Bangladesh.
you repeat the question, please?
Sorry?
Sorry, can you repeat it?
Do you want to something more? If
Oh.
you want to something more, you can ask the question again, please.
Okay. Okay, because the time is over for Bangladesh presentation. Now, We will next to the Kazakhstan participant to presentation their culture exhibition. Please, for Kazakhstan participant, times is yours.
Salim RMI 2023. My name is Ayim. I am a master student from the Eurasian National University. In this video, I am going to tell you about the Kazakh national clothing and the yurt. Let's start. Kazakh national clothing is an integral part of wider Kazakh culture. In former times, the Kazakh clothing indicated their status, wealth, and approximate age. Kazakh clothing was primarily made with materials of cotton, wool, and felt. In line with their nomadic lifestyle, many garments were also sewn from hides, leather, and furs, providing them with sturdy outfits well suited to protect them from the harsh conditions of life on the steppe. Wealthy people were known to wear white belts with gold buckles and would decorate their clothing with beautiful patterns and precious stones. Shoes were worn seasonally. In the summer they wore light boots made of thin leather, and in winter hide boots of rough leather, which protected them from the cold in the steppe. The yurt is an ancient house of nomadic tribes, which is easy to assemble and transport, an effective tool for traveling, comfortable and a unique home. The whole life of Kazakh was connected with it. It is a symbol of Kazakhstan culture. It occupied a special place in everyday life. The word yurt can be translated as a homeland or nation. Kazakh yurt consists of 3 wooden parts: grits, kirigi, the base, poles, uyuk, forming a dome, and a round hoop, shanrak, which is the top of the yurt, the ceiling window, and the exit for smoke. Shanrak was a family heritage, a symbol of the continuation of the life. Thank you for the opportunity to share the culture of my country with you. Thank you for your attention. Nazarlarınızga rahmet. Trima kasih.
Hello everyone, nice to meet you there. And my name is Aslan. So previously you already saw the video of my colleague from Kazakhstan too. And today we're going to present about short presentation about our country, and I hope that all this meeting will be at a cultural heritage and a cultural, let's say, meeting will be useful for all of us. So let's start. Kazakhstan is situated in the heart of Eurasia, so that's why we call it the heart of Eurasia, Kazakh country. Next slide. Next slide, please. Yeah. So here you might see that Kazakhstan is the 9th largest country in the world by total area, and the biggest country in Central Asia. It's roughly equivalent to all the Western Europe in size. Next one. So here you might see our national symbols, the national flag and national emblem. The ancient Turkic people always worship the sky as their god, and their blue sky banner symbolizes devotion to father ancestors, as you might see on our flag. The blue color of our flag means pure sky, peace, and prosperity, and the self color of the background represents the unity of our country. Actually, blue color represents the unity of our country, because, as you know, in Kazakhstan there are so many nationalities, and we will talk about later. And according to the heraldic principle, the sun symbolizes wealth and abundance, and the image of the steppe eagle is commonly considered as a symbol of power, anxiety, and generosity. Another one is national emblem of Kazakhstan, and there is the emblem of sovereign Kazakhstan. It was adopted in 1992, and in the middle of it, there is a shanrak as the main backbone part of the yurt that resembles a blue sky. The image of shanrak means common home and a common homeland for all people of Kazakhstan. And also there is a mythical horses, tulpars, we will call in Kazakh. It means bravery time, and the bravery time is emotion. The wings symbolize a centuries-old dream of multinational people of Kazakhstan to build a strong and prosperous nation. Next slide. Here is our national anthem. So we may leave to another slide too. I think the organizing committee will send for all participants this slide. So each of us we might look over their presentation. Next slide, please. So there is a fast fact about Kazakhstan that is total areas, land boundaries. Actually, Kazakh country has the biggest boundary with border with Russia in the world. So it borders with 5 countries: Russia, Uzbekistan, China, Kyrgyzstan, and Turkmenistan. And as you know, it's landlocked country. There is no borders with the sea or ocean. But actually, in the Eurasia, we have Aral Sea and the Caspian Sea. So, and the Kazakhstan is borders with these seas. And climate continental and a cold winter and a hot summers. And there is ethnic groups. The main one is Kazakh, another one Russian, Uzbek, Ukrainian, and many others. Actually, historically in our country, there is so many nationalities, around 200 or 130. And the main religion is Muslim. Next slide, please. So, interesting facts about Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is home to more than 130 nationalities and ethnic groups, as Uyghurs and much others. And in Kazakhstan, were first domesticated on the territory. Horse was domesticated in territory of Kazakhstan. And it's scientifically proven that historical homeland of apples and tulips is Kazakhstan too. Next slide. And another interesting fact is Kazakh means wanderer or independent from Turkic meaning. And Astana is our capital city. And the name of the capital city in Kazakh means capital city. And the first artificial state line, Sputnik 1st, and the first man, Yuri Gagarin, was sent into space from Baikonur, which is located in Kazakhstan in the middle of our country. Next slide, please. So let's talk about the Astana. Astana is our capital city. According to history, it has a lot of years of history. But actually, most of people call it new and young city. Why? Because it's our capital relocated from south to the middle of Kazakhstan to the central part in 1997. So from 1997, the previous city Akmola was renamed to Astana. Then, as you know, when our first president, Nursultan Nazarbayev, finished his political career, the second president, Kasım-Jomart Tokayev, renamed our capital, to Nur-Sultan. But for last year, in 2022, in January, in our country, political changes started. So previous name Astana came back. So here you might look for different pictures of Astana. The biggest tent in Central Asia and in the world, as I know, is Khanchatyr. It's also located here. Agorda in Kazakh, the presidential palace, means a white house. And the Bayterik is meaning in Kazakh means the type of wood, the type of tree. And here you might see a biggest and a tall building. In the top of that, there is a circle. There is a sphere, golden sphere. That's an according to some history or interesting facts, it means golden egg. So next slide, please. And Expo 2017. So the Expo exhibition was held in 2017 in Astana. As the lead bank of Astana preferably new one because of the new buildings. And here, a lot of politicians came to Kazakhstan to participate in this kind of meeting. And the main theme for this exhibition was about the future energy and the climate issues. So I think in our current time, the future energy and the climate issues is really important. So the main topic of this exhibition was about this. The next slide, please. And the result, Almaty. Almaty is our previous capital city located in the southern part, and there is you might see a lot of pictures, and they are really lovely. Currently, when I visit Almaty, there is a huge amount of choice where tourists may go. There is mountains, lakes, rivers, and canyons. So if you came to Kazakhstan, I suggest you strongly to visit firstly Almaty and Astana, and you will see and feel how they are really different. If first one, Astana is really modern, it's really futuristic city. So in Almaty, you may really feel the soul of the city. Next slide, please. So the another city is Aktau, located in the eastern shore of the Caspian Sea. Actually, Caspian Sea is a really big lake, but actually, because of the salt water, because of the waves, we called it sea. So here, Aktau is located in Kazakhstani western part, and there is a different land paysage. So you might look that there is steppes, there is deserts, there is a sea. So if you will visit, you will really feel the difference in one same point. So that's it. Thank you for your attention. I think this presentation was interesting for all of you. And if you will visit, we will be glad to see you there.
Thank you very much for participant from Kazakhstan. There are still have to direct about culture and then fact with their country, especially Kazakhstan.
Thank
Next,
you.
yeah, next for a question. Any question from all participant or all bodies to the Kazakhstan participant? You can turn on your microphone or you can write text in the text box. Any question? Okay, from group T, Mr. Rebas.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my question is that what is the specialty in Kazakhstan? Like if I'm talking about my country, like Bangladesh is special for agriculture, export system, tradition. So what is the specialty and what is special things?
Okay, thank you for your question. The main, especially I think that's oil and the gas infrastructure and the industry in general. Another one now currently fast growing is about touristic potential. About because the Kazakh territory is really different. So you might visit mountains, you might see lakes, you might visit deserts, you might go to the sea or lake or rivers. So another one is touristic. But the main one for, let's say, our wealth is of course selling our natural resources, not only oil and gas, but also there is a huge amount of coal, there is a huge amount of other different chemical or I don't know, some sources from Middle Lake table, if you know this.
Thank you for the questions. Is there any questions again from those participants? My question about all of Kazakhstan's culture or something else like Kazakhs have I ever heard before Kazakhs have two native language Kazakh and then Russia. You can ask it with Kazakhs participant. For all buddies.
Well, as far as I understand, you mean that in Kazakhstan there is Russian and like Asian Kazakh, but as I mentioned before, there is around 130 nationalities and ethnic groups. So most of us is Kazakh, so we look like Asian. But there is also Russians because historically they used to move there in Soviet Union time. Some people are from Japan or Korea because of some period of history they used to move there too. So why Kazakhstan is well known for their hospitality? Because of the history. Because when all these people used to move to Kazakhland, the Kazakhland is really really interesting from the climate side. So there is really cold winter and there is really hot summers. So when people came, Kazakh people helped them to move, to live there. So almost all these people who moved historically here, Russians, Germans, Japanese, Koreans, nowadays they live in Kazakhstan and they have their own family. But there is another group, mixed, let's say mixed people, yeah? When there is one of the parents is Russian or Kazakh or Japanese or Korean, so that depends.
So is there Kazakhstan? There are so multiplied people from another country.
Yeah.
Because its time is enough, I will direct to next person about culture expectation. This person will be direct by Malaysians participant. For Malaysians, please welcome. Thank you for Malaysian participant. Is there any speech to explain about their culture of Malaysian? If there is no speeches, I will directly next to questions part.
Okay, if there's no one who want to explain about about Malaysian culture, now we will go to the question and answer session. For all participants can give a question about Malaysian culture and Malaysian participant will answer it. Oh, there's a group A, Mr. Mr. Saiful. You wanna ask?
Yeah,
Yeah, please.
Shafil Bharat. Yeah, actually, I have a question to Malayan friends. They have mentioned in their slide that there are a lot of Chinese food, Chinese culture, and anything more. But actually, the question is, I want to know why the importance of Chinese culture and tradition rather than Malayan. I think my question is clear.
Okay, thank you for Mr. Saiful Barat for the question. Now, Malaysian participant can answer it, please. Anyone from Malaysian participant, please answer the question from Mr. Barat.
Is there any Malaysian friends that wanna to answer the questions?
Actually, I don't understand. What do you ask?
Okay.
Can you
Okay, I
ask
can repeat
again?
again. Yeah, yeah. As you mentioned in your video that there are a lot of Chinese food and tradition in this slide, but the question is that why the Chinese food and tradition in Malayan tradition?
Can I repeat the
Um,
question? Please?
in Malaysia, we have three official ethnic, which is Malaysia, with Malay, Chinese, and Indian. So the three ethnic is actually equal to one and another. So their culture is also important to us.
That's mean Malaysia is a collaborating with three ethnic groups. Am I right?
Oh yes, you're right.
Okay,
We
thank you.
have three group, which is Malay, Indian, and Chinese, and we share a different culture, and we use it in our daily life like that. We celebrate our festival together, and we eat their food like that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for the answer. Any question for Malaysian participant for Malaysian culture? Maybe from buddies or from all participants, you can ask about culture, food, transportation, the traditional dance, and anything about Malay, Chinese, or Indian.
I will give one last question to buddies. Oh
From
yeah.
buddies for Miss Tiara.
Check. Okay. Thanks for the occasion. So I'm a bit curious about the tourism aspect. So my question is, what is the most famous tourism aspect from Malay? Is that from mountain or ocean or beach or anything? Yeah, that's my question. Thank you.
From my view, I think the tourism here, people always go for the like ocean. They will go for Pulau Redang, Pulau Pangko, and like that. And as you know, at Langkawi also a tourism point. And for Malacca, we have like history to anyone who come for at Malaysia, like that. Because every state has their own uniqueness. So we have a various type of tourism that you can go. So let's come to Malaysia.
Okay, thank you for the answer from Miss Nikki. Okay, that was an amazing presentation by all of the group. Please give big applause for everyone who worked hard for the presentation. Now, dear participant, we'll have a lunch break for an hour, start at 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Jakarta time. You may leave or stay at Zoom, but don't forget to join our next session after lunch break for next lecture at 1 p.m. Thank you, and don't forget to back at 1 p.m. Have a nice line.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.